Hello, my name is Marta. Welcome to my presentation. In it, I am going to talk about vegetarianism, but transferred to school. I've only been a vegetarian for 3 years, but they are enough to make me realize that there is a lack of education on this subject. I've created a didactic unit to carry out in primary education. Let's begin. During my life as a student, teachers never taught me what the vegetarian diet was. Whenever we studied the topic of healthy eating, teachers would show me the same food pyramid. This is the food pyramid we all know, right? So well, I always grew up thinking that if I didn't eat that 20% equivalent to the consumption of meat, fish, milk and eggs, I would no longer be eating healthy, but that's not true. Over the years, thanks to the information that I have been able to read on the internet and in books, I realized that this pyramid is not entirely correct, since it does not contemplate other types of food. So, why isn't a variety of diets taught at school? Why is nutrition not studied from different types of diets and not always the omnivorous one? So, I'm going to introduce you to the didactic unit. This didactic unit is entitled Happy World Vegetarian Day. The main objective of this didactic unit is to educate students about the variety of diets that exist. What I would actually do with my students is to learn about different types of diets, not only the vegetarian and the omnivores, but this time I will explain what I would do so that my students know how the vegetarian diet works. This didactic unit will be done on the World Vegetarians Day, October 1st, because doing these activities in a contextualized way will help them to be more interested. The group which I would do these activities would be 4th year, but they are transferable to any other. The first activity that I would do with my students is named What Do We Eat? This first activity will begin 2 days before doing it because the teacher will ask the students to write down everything they eat during the day at each meal. And then to start the activity, the teacher and the students will review the different classification of foods: grains, vegetables, fruit, dairy products, protein, and fats. Afterwards, the students will get in pairs to classify their food. In this way, students will be able to see aspects such as if they give much more importance to the consumption of meat than to the consumption of vegetables, if they consume enough fruit, or if they eat too much fat. This activity will last 1 hour. The next activity will consist of doing an investigation to create our own food pyramid, but vegetarian. Students will get into groups of 5 and go to the computer room. Each person will have a role: the one who writes on the keyboard, the group speaker, the one who writes on the paper, and 2 students who will draw pictures of the food. Each group will create their pyramid of healthy and vegetarian eating, and when finished, each group will show it to the class and hang it on the hallway for other classes to see it. This activity will have a total duration of 1 hour and a half. The next activity will consist of going to the neighborhood market to buy vegetarian ingredients to make a recipe later. For this activity, each working group will be given 10 euros. With this money, the group will have to buy the ingredients they need to make one of the 5 recipes that we propose: hummus with veggies, quinoa salad, fruit salad, vegetarian burritos, and guacamole with nachos. So that there are no arguments, it will be raffled what fruit each group cooks, and therefore before making this recipe, this activity will consist of getting organized so that they get all the necessary ingredients. The activity 4 is titled Let's Cook Our Recipes. For this activity, the students will already have all the necessary ingredients that they will have bought in the market. Therefore, all they have to do is cook it. The recipes that have been proposed are simple recipes, and the students do not have to use either the oven or the stove. It will take the help of another teacher to help them cut the ingredients for the students, as they can help themselves. When the recipes are finished cooking, we will eat it at lunchtime. Therefore, as a final product, the students will have been able to create a vegetarian recipe, having bought the ingredients at the local market, And with these activities, the students will have been able to know and value another type of diet.